Salzburg have been developing talent for years, and the performances of Erling Haaland was what made it a well-known fact. They stated themselves that during the scouting process they look for a determined playing style, the ability to transition quickly, and a positive mentality. Those who meet this criteria go onto the shortlist. I'll be looking at the next best players that will eventually leave Salzburg and the young talented teenagers they'll soon be bringing into the first team. So let's begin with striker Karim Adeyemi, who signed for Salzburg in 2018 for £3 million and instantly loaned him out to feeder club Liefering. He had 2 seasons there. In his first, played 20 games with 6 goals and 4 assists, but in his second, played less games, 14, but scoring 9 and assisting 8. On his Austrian Bundesliga debut for RB Salzburg, the first game after lockdown, he got an assist after he came on for 22 minutes against Rapid Vienna. The assist came after his teammate won the ball in the middle of the pitch. Adeyemi only had one man on him in masses of space, so he made a run in front of the defender into the box. He held him off whilst having the vision to notice a run behind him into the box. With one touch to his right and a quick cross into the box, he was able to find Okoh in the 91st minute to make it 2-0. He also put the ball in the back of the net, however the goal was taken away due to being offside by the narrowest margin. Adeyemi enjoyed his first game in the league for Salzburg, creating 2 big chances within the short time he was on the pitch. You have to take into account he's only played 332 minutes, but so far 3.3 key passes per 90 ranked him second most at Salzburg behind Szoboszlai. As well as that, 2.8 successful dribbles per 90 ranks him first among Salzburg players. A promising start from the youngster, who clearly has great flair and the ability to make the right pass. He kicked off his goal scoring tally with a goal against Rapid Vienna. I'd expect to see more of this now he's bagged his first. Without a doubt, one to keep an eye on as he gains more minutes and match experience at a higher level. 22-year-old Mwepu is now in his second season playing for Salzburg and has been able to impress at central midfield. His role in the team is a box-to-box player, covering a lot of the pitch and dictating the tempo throughout the game. In their 4-2-2-2 setup, Mwepu starts on the right of the central midfield partnership, but is a versatile player and will look to find spaces in central and wide areas. As such, in the 6-0 win against Salzburg, his assist came after noticing the opposition central midfielder pressing the ball carrier. So Mwepu called for the pass to then run into that space and played a fantastic long ball onto the left of the pitch, which Okoh was able to control very nicely along with a tidy finish. Playing long balls is something he does very well. He averages 4.5 accurate long balls per 90, ranking 5th among midfielders in the league. As I say, he's a player who really dictates the tempo by covering a lot of the pitch, and this is backed up by his 58.6 accurate passes per 90, and that is the second most in the league behind teammate and centre-back Romelho. He's not the type of player to have a lot of assists, but he's the type to be making the pass before it and initiating the attacking move. He has 4 second assists this season, the joint most at Salzburg. A perfect example of this came once again against Salzburg, but this time in a 2-2 draw. Szoboszlai has the ball on the very right, so Mwepu moves into the half space. He takes one touch with his left foot and a quick cross with his right, finding Ulmer at the back post, who controlled it down for Daka to tap it in. But as a central midfielder, obviously he's defending and covering for the team, winning 2.4 tackles and making 1.7 interceptions both per 90. There hasn't been any reports of him signing for anyone else just yet, but the Zambian is one to keep an eye on. Before the next players at Salzburg, let's quickly look at some of the younger talent at their feeder club Liefering, playing in the 2nd division of Austrian football. Now, due to the facilities I have for lower leagues, I can't analyse these players as in depth, but we can at least take a look at the type of player that they are. Okoh is a 17-year-old Swiss centre-back who's currently on loan at Liefering but hasn't featured too much. However, he did play a big part in the Salzburg Under-19s UEFA Youth League campaign. He compares himself to RB Leipzig's French centre-back Deo Upamecano, with the fact that he likes to make short runs out of the defence and he's good with his feet for a central defender. His display versus Liverpool's Under-19s was fairly impressive. 11 interceptions, winning 7 of his 9 defensive duels, and 5 accurate long balls, showing his passing quality. He might need another season on loan at Liefering for more consistent minutes, but the centre-back could soon be a big part of Salzburg's defence. Benjamin Sesko is a 17-year-old striker and for his age is a crazy 6'4". As you could imagine with him, aerially he is very good. He averages 6.7 aerial duels per 90 and a win rate of 56.7, which is the 2nd highest win rate of players under 18 in all senior competitions. He was able to score 3 goals in the UEFA Youth League, with them all coming against Napoli's Under-19s in the group stage, but in different games, 2 in the first match against them and 1 in the other. At Liefering, he's only been able to score once for them in 405 minutes, but he's never played over 50 minutes in one match. So for sure, he will need another season on loan to get some starts in the team, get some faith shown in him, and maybe he can start bagging some goals for Liefering. And the last one at Liefering Liefering to mention is Maurice Kjærgaard, who's only just turned 17 a few days ago. He signed for Salzburg in the summer of 2019 from Danish side Lyngby, and of course was sent on loan to Liefering as usual, but this time on a 3-year loan. When playing for Lyngby under 17s, he was used at multiple attacking positions: left central midfield, attacking midfield, and as a left winger. If he was playing at left central midfield, you'd still see him getting on the left flank and attacking up the pitch. In the 2018-19 season, he had the most progressive runs per 90 in the league with 4.1, being a player that carries the ball forward and loves to drive the ball up the left flank. He also had 6.6 dribbles per 90 with a success rate of 51%, so a player with flair who likes to have the ball at his feet and change the game himself. He hadn't had too much game time or been able to score or assist, but then on June 27th he played the most minutes in one match for Liefering with 83, and in that game scored 2 goals, getting off the mark in Austria, and he was very unlucky not to have more goal contributions, being able to get 4 shot assists, but his teammates failing to put the ball in the back of the net. Now he's kickstarted his career at Liefering, it may be that he continues the good performances from here and has some successful years during his loan before returning to Salzburg. 21-year-old Patson Daka has been at Salzburg since 2017, firstly sent on loan to Liefering, then used as a rotation player for Salzburg in the 18-19 season, and in that year scoring 6 and assisting 2 in all competitions. And then this season, 2019-20, Daka has been a huge part of the first team, clocking up over 2,400 minutes in all competitions, scoring 27 and assisting 11 times, averaging a goal or an assist every 68 minutes. The Zambian international has been even more important to manager Jesse Marsch, and this of course is since Erling Haaland left to join Borussia Dortmund in January. These two have been quite similar when it comes to goal statistics in the league. Haaland has had 10.5 expected goals this season and was able to score 16. Patson Daka expected goals is 17.5 and he was able to score 24. Now if Haaland would have stayed, then there would possibly be a greater distance between his expected goals and goals scored. But what Daka has been able to do is equally as impressive, scoring 10 more than the quality of his chances would suggest. Whereas Haaland would always play straight through the middle, Daka likes to find pockets of space in the wide areas, anywhere across the front line, giving his midfielders a chance to break the defence by passing to him. He's a striker with explosive pace and he's able to utilise this in his game by making forward runs and easily getting on the end of passes. When the ball is in the wide areas, he finds himself in the box looking for spaces around the defenders, making himself an irritating player around the box. In fact, Daka averages 6.65 touches in the penalty area per 90, ranking him first in the Austrian Bundesliga. This combined with his goal conversion rate of 34.8%, he's a player that is hard for defenders to handle. For comparison, Erling Haaland's conversion rate before he left was 38.1, so not too much difference between the two strikers. If somebody is looking for a striker to be a threat on counter-attacks, then Daka would suit this role. Being able to run at defences on either wing and through the middle would be a huge bonus to a team looking to play this way. RB Leipzig are losing Timo Werner to Chelsea, so possibly it's time for another player to move from Salzburg to Leipzig with striker Patson Daka. Dominik Szoboszlai has made a name for himself at Salzburg and has been linked to a lot of top European sides. It may not be long until he makes a move. Interest in him has probably risen a lot since the return of football in Austria, and this is down to Szoboszlai's incredible form, scoring 7 goals and assisting 10 times in 10 games. That means a goal or an assist every 46 minutes since the 29th of May. Szoboszlai plays at left attacking midfield when in Salzburg's favoured 4-2-2-2 shape, as well as left central midfield as he did in the second leg against Frankfurt when using 4-3-1-2. Plus in some recent games he's been on the left and right wing. Their first game back was a 5-0 win in the cup final, and Szoboszlai was used on the left and right wing during the game when playing 4-4-2. In this game he was able to assist from a cross on the right wing, plus score a fantastic free kick. And taking advantage of set pieces is something that Szoboszlai does a lot, usually though from corners where he's been able to assist many times. In Salzburg's recent 7-2 win against Rapid Vienna, Szoboszlai was able to assist 2 times from corners, and on the big stage too in the second leg against Frankfurt in the Europa League. He's a great playmaker, always looking to find teammates in a position to score. Per 90 this season, he's produced 3.47 key passes as well as completing 2.5 dribbles. And he likes being on the ball as often as possible. Even from deep areas, he attempts to take on players before looking to pass. His range of passing is very good, playing lob balls or ground passes through defenders, and his drive to do this is the reason why he's created so many chances. His work rate to get that ball and be the one to make things happen is why he's such a big player for Salzburg, and really why teams would want someone like Dominik Szoboszlai. We've seen this with Bruno Fernandes joining Manchester United. He's totally changed them because he always wanted the ball, because of his passing ability, and the vision to create a goal-scoring opportunity. This is what Szoboszlai offers, and the Hungarian is an exciting prospect that you could soon see move on. Some players who shined in the 2018-19 season moved on last summer, with central midfielder Schlager and centre-back Pongracic both moving to Wolfsburg. Winger and striker Anderson Nyangbo moved to Ghent, where he started pretty well, scoring 3 so far, being a rotation player off the bench. Plus, Samaseku also moved to the Bundesliga, but instead to Hoffenheim for £10.8 million. The defensive midfielder is now 24 years old and gets compared to N'Golo Kante because of his high work rate and drive to press the opponent. This season at Hoffenheim, he averages 2.5 tackles and 2.7 interceptions per 90. He has good passing range too, and he showed this in a recent game against Mainz. He called for the ball as he was in space in the middle of the pitch, and he played a brilliant first-time pass on the edge of the box where Babu was able to finish. A hard-working central midfielder proving himself in the German Bundesliga now, and I definitely back him to make a bigger move in a few years' time. Get involved and comment below who are you excited to see break through the most at Salzburg. I recommend that you don't miss out on future videos. Subscribe to Route 1 and like the video if you did enjoy.